I agree. What I'm saying is, we're gonna have more discussion on the table things. I guess I just want to replace what you're saying, what you just pointed out. Yeah. I just, I agree with his feet there too. Well, I might be a little lost on this one. Well,
Recording in progress.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome Pastor Mikey Holmes from Hope Church to come up and give a benediction. Invocation.
Can you touch that? All right. We're reading from the book of James, Jesus' younger brother. James says this, it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." Open us in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with gratitude for the gift of community and the opportunity to gather today in service of the people of this city. Thank you for the men and women who have accepted the responsibility of leadership. Public service is not always easy, and it requires wisdom, patience, sacrifice, and a willingness to make difficult decisions. And so, Lord, we thank you for their commitment to the well-being of our community. Lord, today we ask for your guidance upon this council. Give us wisdom beyond their understanding. Help us see clearly the needs of those that we represent and they represent to make decisions to promote justice, peace, and the common good. Give us discernment when faced with complex challenges and courage when difficult decisions must be made. Lord, tonight we pray for unity. Though there may be different perspectives and opinions around this room, remind us that a healthy community is built when people listen well, treat each other with respect, and work together toward a shared future. Lord, we pray for the people of our city. Bless the families, our schools, our businesses, our first responders, our healthcare workers, our churches, and the so many organizations that serve every neighbor every single day. Strengthen us, strengthen those who are struggling, encourage those who are weary, and provide for those who are financially in hardship, loneliness, illness, and uncertainty. And Lord, we also want to pray for the young people of our community. May they grow up in a community where they are safe, supported, and given opportunity to flourish. Help us leave a legacy that future generations will be grateful to inherit. As the scripture says, Lord, that any of us that lacks wisdom, let us ask you, and you give generously. Lord, I pray for every person in here tonight, that as we move through the night, Lord, that in the moments that wisdom is needed, Lord, that we would turn to you and ask you for it, and that you give generously. May this meeting be marked with wisdom, respect, and productive discussion. Lord, we pray all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. See you Friday night at the square. Okay. I'm looking at the extra first responders we have in the room today, and if it's okay, I'd like to take a moment of silence. We had one of our Dodge County officers that was attacked recently, and looks like we'll come out just safe. But if it's okay, just take a moment of silence and reflect on the daily duties that our responders and how they put themselves in harm's way every day. Thank you. I'd like to call tonight's Common Council meeting to order on Tuesday, June 16th. (7:06 p.m.) You take a roll, please.
Davis. Lampy. Berg.
Here.
Nateki.
Here.
Blanky.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Arnett.
Here.
Haas. Moldenhauer.
Okay, can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first on the agenda is minutes of council meeting held June 2nd. Mr. Smith?
I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of June 2nd.
Okay, motion by Smith, second by Berg. Okay, questions, comments on that? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next, we have comments and suggestions from citizens present. Members of the public who wish to address the council shall register their request in writing with the city clerk prior to speaking. Speakers shall be permitted up to 3 minutes for their comments. Just please state your name and address when you come up.
Kara Pugh.
Good evening. I'm here to advocate for the temporary DORA, which should be on your agenda packet for tonight. I'm the owner of Local Waters. Well, first of all, my address is N8535 Husisford Road, Watertown, Wisconsin. I am the owner of Local Waters, and for the last 4 years, I've brought to you the Blacktoberfest event that we shut down 3rd Street for. 4 years of successful outdoor music, adult beverages. We've brought in multiple food carts that were approved by our local health department, and it is just reflecting upon our German heritage. And it's a great time. It's been a great event. I think we had up to 4,000 people there last year, and I believe we donated like $3,000 to the Humane Society because of that effort. I'm here to speak today because due to the current ordinances in place, it's very challenging as a small business owner to create the Blacktoberfest event, and we've done it successfully though. We've combined with the draftee seller. We've operated under my liquor license. I hire a draftee seller, and then I can provide a great event. However, tonight you guys have an opportunity to look at that ordinance and work on allowing 2 licensed establishments to have adult beverages in an enclosed area. We're doing this at Benzine Square. We've done so successfully for now, I believe, 3 summers. And I'm asking for you to consider to do this for the business owners of downtown Watertown. If you go to communities in the area, Oconomowoc has a permanent DORA, Fort Atkinson has a permanent DORA, Lake Mills has a permanent DORA, Jefferson has a permanent DORA. I'm asking you for you to consider to add a temporary DORA to the city of Watertown. I think all of us do things socially outside of Watertown. I really ask that you go to cities like Oconomowoc, Fort Atkinson, Lake Mills, and walk around and see what's happening on a Saturday afternoon, and there's citizens walking around our downtown. Fortunately, because of Benzine Square, we have some activity going on between Benzine Square and Mullins, maybe even now the Rafa Bowl place, but I wouldn't say there's a lot of activity going on downtown Watertown. This is supposed to be the heart of your business. It's called the Central Business District for a reason, so I'm asking you to please grant us business owners the opportunity to attract more outside dollars to the city of Watertown and create business in the heart of our city. I don't know. I just want to say we've had 0 issues. I ask if you have concerns about the DORA concept for you to reach out to your police leadership, because I've been commended every year for the lack of issues we've had at our DORA. 2 years ago, the ambulance did need to come because one, I think 72-year-old gentleman had a diabetic issue. Nothing related to alcohol. It's just that it was warm out. He came to hear a polka band and he got tired. But I just want to say this is a temporary DORA is not a free-for-all. It would be something that you could work with the city business owners with, and it could be an extension of your intentions and the good intentions of our city businesses. So please consider passing the DORA tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Pugh. Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Blanky.
I'd like to make a motion to move items 8B, C, and D to after item 12F so that both of our closed sessions may be consecutive.
8 B, C, and D.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll second his motion.
Okay. First and second. Okay. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Blanky.
I would like to make a motion to move a second item agenda.
Okay.
Due to the individual being here this evening, move item 12C
Okay.
to immediately follow our new business.
Okay. Which now leaves only one item there. Okay. 12C after 8A, if I'm correct. Okay, that's a motion by Blanky. Second by Berg. Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. All right. We'll move on to reports. We have the Finance Committee minutes from May 11th, Licensing Board minutes from May 13th, Plan Commission from May 26th, Site Plan Review minutes of May 26th, Finance minutes from May 26th, Downtown Main Street Reconstruction Task Force from May 26th, Parks Recreation Forestry from June 1st, and Public Safety and Welfare from June 3rd. Mr. Berg, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I want to just make a comment on the Public Safety and Welfare Committee meeting from June 3rd. I'm disappointed in the committee going ahead and recommending advancing an ordinance to the council when they had one of the council members not there, Alderperson Blanky, and you had another alderperson that voted against it. It obviously looked to be, it passed by a 2-to-1 vote, but I'm disappointed that they, in the context of that type, and there was a lot of people there at that meeting that apparently showed support and against the proposed ordinance. So it seemed like they should have allowed for a full board before taking that type of action. But it is what it is, I guess. I'm just commenting on that. But the second topic is, if I could, on the Downtown Main Street Reconstruction Task Force for May 26th. I follow that topic because I got people that I know that are in business downtown, and they like to know what's going on with regard to the eventual 2028 Main Street reconstruction. And they have attended, one or two of them. They do benefit from attendance and going there. The minutes imply that they don't feel this task force has a continuing role or purpose, and I'm seeing that they are going to confirm and discuss it further on the 30th of this month. But I hope they see the logic and the benefit of having a group like this that meets periodically on that topic for people to attend and make comments related to the reconstruction of our downtown when it happens. So I'll try to go to that meeting on the 30th, but I hope those, including Alderperson Arnett, that are on the committee, that they give thought to giving it a continuing role during this project.
Just Mr. Berg saying no, that the idea is to change it and have something different with even more people involved. So it's not going away, it'll just be changed, just, that's the idea. But it'd be up to the committee to decide at the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
attend.
rest assured, it's not going away. Just change it and make it better.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Okay. Anything else on reports? Okay. Well, on communication recommendations, we have employee recognitions. 35 years for Danielle Schultz from wastewater. 25 years, hold off that one. 15 years for Pedro Gallegos from the fire department. 5 years for Danica Salage from the police department. And we've got 25 years for our battalion chief, Chad Butzine. And with the entire And your entire C shift crew is here. Here, Chad, sit here.
This is awkward. All right. Tonight is my honor to recognize Battalion Chief Chad Butzine for 25 years of full-time service within the fire department. Before becoming full-time of our department, Chad served 2 years as a paid-on-call firefighter here in Watertown. Combined with his nearly 30 years of service with Waterloo Fire, where he currently serves as fire chief, Chad has dedicated almost 3 decades of his life to officially serving others through the fire service. Over the course of his career in Watertown, Chad has served in nearly every rank within the department. He has witnessed tremendous changes in technology, much to his dismay, training, equipment, and personnel. Yet he has remained grounded on the core values that have always defined the fire service: high expectations, a commitment to community, and service. Chad was recently selected as Firefighter of the Year by the Watertown American Legion and went on to earn both regional and state Firefighter Year honors. And he is currently being considered for National Firefighter of the Year through the American Legion. The awards recognize what Chad has accomplished, but those who started their career in Watertown know that his real impact is in the people he has helped to develop and train. They're all in the front row. They've all had that, and second row. Chad oversees our new hire academy and probationary firefighter program. He coordinates the training and evaluates the monthly practical and written assessments that each firefighter completes during their first year. Over the years, he has helped shape the careers of many firefighters who now serve in this community every single day. His commitment to their success ensures that the next generation of firefighters is prepared to carry this profession forward and continue serving Watertown at the highest level. The result is a lasting legacy that extends far beyond his own service. His influence can be seen in the many firefighters he has trained, mentored, and helped develop throughout the career that serve Watertown and far beyond. On behalf of the City of Watertown and the Fire Department and the community we serve, congratulating you on 25 years of full-time service. Thank you for your dedication. Oh, I'm sorry. That was an awkward pause. Thank you for your dedication and the impact you've made on the countless firefighters and citizens along the way. And Chad, while we're celebrating 25 years tonight, I think it's safe to say that we're looking forward to seeing what you can accomplish in your next 25 years. Yeah. All right, now you can clap.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
It's always C shift, right? Every time at the fire station, C shift's always on duty. Today they sprayed me with a hose. Literally. Small one though for the vehicles, but yeah. Thank you. Next, under new business, we have review and take action committee appointments. Mr. Molnauer?
Motion that your appointments be confirmed.
Okay, a motion by Molnauer. Sorry, my pen's right out here. Mr. Smith?
Mr. Mayor, I would request a separate vote on two of your appointments to the library board, Mr. Coles and Ms. Chandler.
Okay, we got a motion.
It's not a motion, it's just a request.
We can do it. We can do it. Okay, we'll do that then. Okay, I got a motion by Molnauer to approve. Is that also a?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Arnott. Okay, a request, so it's, we'll take the Coles and Chandler up first then.
Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Lampy,
Mr. Mayor, what are we voting on?
Sorry, we're voting first on Molnauer, at Coles and Chandler are up first. So this is the first vote.
Together or separate, right?
These two, I believe, together. Coles and Chandler together.
That'd be acceptable to vote on them together. I just wanted to separate that vote from the rest of the appointments.
Okay. Any more questions?
Do we need a motion to actually advance them?
Well, we had a motion to
To separate.
well, we had a motion and a second to bring this up, and we had a request to put them separate. Need more? Have a second on that? Okay. Will anybody willing to second Mr. Smith's request then?
That doesn't require a second. It's, each of these, just because all of these appointments are set forth on a singular piece of paper, they're all individual appointments and each merit an individual vote, and that's the specific request I made.
So I think from a motion perspective, I would make a motion to appoint Coles and Chandler to the library board. Would that fit the intent of what you're trying to do?
Well, they've all been appointed, and generally the way that it would proceed if a separate vote's requested for any particular portion of that multiple appointed sheet would be to take those that were together as a singular vote and then the others separate.
So you'll do all of them except Coles and Chandler?
It doesn't matter where we do it. I was going to do Coles and Chandler first, but
Right. So if you're if we do appointments normally, we have a motion normally to approve the sheet of appointments, right? So I think your request was to split that into two motions.
The motion was to bring all of these nominations to the floor. I just asked a separate vote for those two particular appointments.
Together, or for each one to have a vote?
They can be separate or they can be together. It's fine.
Ally, I'll defer to you. Is there a better route? Okay, thank you.
A point of order, though, I do recall as a council member where we have had a separate vote, and we did take separate votes, and they went up or down based on the separate vote we had. So I don't see it being unusual. It has happened before.
Okay, so our Rule 12 under Chapter 114 says any alder may demand an aye or nay vote on any matter to be recorded. On the confirmation of appointments, the vote shall be a yes or no. So your rules are silent on this.
Probably go either way.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Arnett.
Just from a parliamentary procedure perspective, I think the clearest way would be to have a motion to divide the question,
Okay.
to separate the two items that have been requested into a separate question. And I will make that motion.
Do we need to act on the original one?
This is essentially an amendment to the,
You make an amendment to it.
it's essentially an amendment. It's a
Okay.
different way of doing it. You divide the question.
Okay, why don't you make your motion? Which one you want?
Make a motion to divide the question by having the library appointments for Coles and Chandler in a separate question.
Okay, you have a motion?
Second.
Sorry, Blanky. Okay, thank you. Okay, so on those two appointments,
First, the motion to divide needs to be approved, and then we can proceed
So,
with two
got-
votes.
gotcha.
One on everybody
Okay.
but those two, and the other vote on the remaining two.
okay, we'll take a roll on this. This is just to divide them then. Motion by Arnett originally.
Arnett?
Aye.
Hess?
Aye.
Moldenhauer?
Aye.
Lampy. Berg. Noteki. Blanky.
Aye.
Smith. Motion carried.
Okay, so now we'll take the vote. We'll do.
It'll be
1,
all
2,
appointments
3, 4.
except for Coles and Chandler.
That's the motion.
Okay, we'll go the other way then. So all the appointments except for those two, we'll do that vote first.
We need a second.
But that's already been taken. There was a motion and a second. There's a the original motion, the motion to divide, then splits that parent into two children that both already have a supporting motion now.
Okay, so this is on the other 4, actually 5, I guess, with Mr. Schmidt too. So on the other 5 appointments right now, we'll take that vote. Okay. I guess it'd be a Moldenhauer first.
Moldenhauer. Lampy.
Aye.
Berg.
Aye.
Noteki.
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Arnett.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Next part then on the 2 remaining library board spots.
Do we take comments on this?
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Lampy.
I'm just curious what the point of splitting them out is. This is pretty unusual.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, all right, Megan.
Do I start with Moldenhauer again?
I believe so, yes.
Davis. Lampy. Berg.
Aye.
Noteki.
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith.
No?
Arnett.
Aye.
Haas.
No.
Motion carried.
Okay.
Thank you. Now I don't have to be the weed commissioner anymore. Okay, I believe with Mr. Blanky's motion before I move us on to 9 miscellaneous business. We have the payroll summary for May 13th. Oh, I'm sorry. 12C. Correct? That's what you just asked for, right, Mr. Blanky?
Yes, Mr. Ryan.
Sorry. 12C, Exhibit 9876, resolution to accept improvements through final completion for Rock River Ridge Phase 1 subdivision, sponsored by myself and the Planning Commission. Yes, Mr. Blanky.
Motion for resolution 9876.
Okay, motion by Blanky,
Second.
second by Berg. Okay. Okay, questions, comments on it? Okay, all right, Megan.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Arnett.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Lampy.
Aye.
Berg.
Aye.
Noteki.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Oops, thank you. Go through my notes here. Okay, now miscellaneous business. We have a payroll summary from May 13th through May 26th, paid invoices report from May 2026, cash investments in May 31st. Nothing to move on. Okay, thank you. Okay, next on our licenses, review and take action application for temporary Class B beer licenses from Watertown Main Street Program, Brian Kahn's agent for the summer concert series at Benson Family Town Square at 1 West Main Street on July 19th, 2026 during hours of 12 p.m. till 3:30 p.m. and September 12th, 2026 during hours of 5 till 9:30 p.m. Yeah, Mr. Lampy.
I would move to approve.
All right. Motion by Lampy,
Second.
second by Nataki. Okay, anything on that? Okay. Oh, I can. Okay. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, next B, review and take action application for a change of agent from Jory's Incorporated DBA Lindbergh's by the River located at 1413 Akamwak Avenue from the late Josephine Lindbergh to David Saxby for licensing year ending June 30th, 2026. Motion by Blanky,
Second.
Second by Haas, okay. Okay, questions, comments on B? Mr. Lampy?
The memo to this one included kind of an unusual clause, I thought, regarding the successor agent and the verification of the corporation basically existing beyond the death. Is there a question on this, or is there a rush on this?
They need to prove that they are legally allowed to operate Jory's Inc.
So this is just basically taking a potential barrier off the table once they get that far.
For their current license, they need to update the agent because the current agent has passed away.
Okay, is that like the only change? I mean, we're okay with the corporation and everything else.
Yes, if they can prove that they legally have the authority to run the business.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, anything else? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, C, review and take action, application for Class B malt liquor license from Divots LLC, DBA Divots Golf Bar. Richard Ellertson, agent, located at 644 South Church Street for licensing year July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. Mr. Lampy.
I would move to approve.
All right, motion by Lampy.
Mayor, we have conditions on that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Conditions listed.
Should be.
There's a separate memo under that agenda item.
I'm looking for it.
So with, it's page 99, Mr. Lampy.
Oh,
If you want to list those two, and then we should be good. If you want to change your motion.
I would like to modify that upon two conditions: successful completion of all required city inspections and approval of the required conditional use permit.
Okay. We have a motion by Lampy,
Second.
second by Blanky. Okay. Okay. This will be Mr. Berg's favorite spot. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, D, review and take action renewals of Class A liquor licenses, Class A malt licenses, Class A combination malt liquor licenses, Class B malt licenses, Class B combination malt and liquor licenses, and Class C wine licenses, Exhibit A, for licensing year July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. Quite a list there under D. Mr. Molnauer.
Mr. Mayor, I so move.
Okay, motion by Molnauer. Second by Lampy. Okay. Questions, comments on that one?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Blanky.
thank you to Alder Arnett for clarifying some rules of parliamentary procedure. I'd like to make a motion to divide the question and consider Watertown Bowl Inc. both locations separately.
Okay, a motion by Blanky,
Second.
second by Lampy. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, that's to keep them separate, so let's do it this way. Let's take, you want to,
I need to abstain.
you want to do it at the end? Or you want to take a roll?
I can do it at the end.
Okay. Let's do the, first let's do the both bowling alleys first, okay? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we'll take the rest of the list. We already passed the two bowling alleys, so. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. So you learned something new today, Mr. Blank, you're right.
Did.
Okay.
I think we all did. Jot that one down.
Review and take action, renewals of Class A combination malt liquor licenses, Class B malt licenses, and Class B combination malt liquor licenses, Exhibit B, that have missing outstanding licensing requirements for licensing year July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
Move approval.
Okay, motion with Blanky. I'm gonna look at Mr. Arnett right now. Okay, Mr. Molnauer. The second, Mr. Molnauer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, questions, comments on E?
Can the approval state that the conditions need to
Mr.
be?
Blank, yeah, what are the conditions here? Let's list them.
There's multiple, so it can just
Okay.
be broad that they complete.
Mr. Blanky, do you wish to,
I'll amend my motion to approval with conditions as identified by the city clerk.
are you okay with that, Mr. Mullenhour?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, questions, comments on E? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next, F, review and take action renewals of secondhand article jewelry licenses, Exhibit C, for licensing year July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
Move approval.
Motion by Blanky,
Second.
second by Haas. She beat you to it, Mr. Lampy.
Goodness.
Okay, questions, comments on F? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to ordinances. Making sure we did those. Okay, we have A, ordinance 26-16, ordinance to amend a portion of section 500-5 one-way streets and alleys, sponsored by Alder Davis from the Public Safety and Welfare Committee on its first reading. Mr. Lampy.
I would move to approve.
Yeah, motion by Lampy,
A second.
second by Techie. Okay, questions, comments on that? Mr. Blanky.
So I know I've brought this up before, and I will bring it up again. I have an issue with the piecemealing of our one-way streets. At some point, we need to make a decision. Do we want one-way streets or don't we? Having streets two-way for one block and then going into a one-way street is confusing and dangerous. So changing this one, especially, this is an intersection people are used to. A street has always gone this direction for most of our lives, if not all. And now to simply change it for one block, I think we're going to see a lot of issues with that in the first few months. I know we put in signage. I know we do all of the public outreach and identifiers in the world, but my preference would be to change the entire street to two-way. My preference would be to change all of our public streets to two ways, but stop taking chunks and pieces out of streets and making them two-way and making the city more confusing for visitors.
Mr. Lampy, go ahead.
I do want to acknowledge Alder Blanky's feedback on that. I think that's a question that we should probably renew with engineering. Would love an answer to that question, whether it goes back to public safety or whatnot. I think the overall decision in terms of whether we feel comfortable moving toward the two-way streets rather than the one-way street was discussed previously, and that we were. But I do sort of echo the question in terms of the viability of, as you say, piecemealing these things. The one other clarification, I think, on this particular ordinance, that this one is not the one block. This one is actually the western up to Market, and it leaves the, it's not Market to Main. So that is a separate piecemeal.
I read it incorrectly.
Section.
That actually makes it worse, not better.
So to echo your sentiments, I guess I would like a clarification from engineering again about why we are looking at these onesie twosies rather than essentially saying we're going to implement this plan in 2020 whatever.
This is the one by Hardee's, right?
Yes, it is.
Mr.
It's
Arnett,
already
go-
one way.
Mr. Arnett, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the ordinance here, and it says the one-way section is amended to be from Western now only to Market Street, whereas before it was from Western to Main.
Okay.
So it is in fact doing exactly what Alder Blanky said, which is making one block no longer one way.
I concur and retract my previous comment.
That one's being fully reconstructed and be widened.
Yep.
And it's also, and Market Street is being already done most of it to 4th Street this year, so it's prep for Main Street when Main Street's done.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah, Mr. Blanky.
I believe it was either towards the end of last year or early this year, a presentation was made to Public Works from engineering on the viability of conversion to two-way traffic on our streets. And I believe there was only 2 blocks total of the one-way streets where we would have to eliminate a parking lane on one side. Otherwise, all of the streets are wide enough to maintain parking on both sides and go to two-way streets by engineering standards. I see that City Engineer Andrew Beyer is online, and perhaps he could provide some clarity. I hate putting him on the spot, but
I'm happy to speak on this one. So the decision point here tonight is for that 1 block of South 8th between Market and Main to convert to two-way traffic. With the full reconstruction, we are widening the roadway to accommodate 2 ways of travel with parking on one side of the street. The thought is to get a decision so we can mark and sign appropriately when it is ready to open to traffic. It is a larger discussion on converting the remaining portion of 8th Street and one-ways as a whole to two-way traffic. But Alder Blanky, to your point, you're correct that per the study, the majority of existing one-way streets can be converted to two-way traffic safely to engineering standards. But we figured that was a larger discussion to be had, and the decision tonight is to mark and sign this block appropriately. The 1 block would be consistent with other blocks off of Main Street. The 1 block between Main and Market is a pattern on other roadways where it converts to one way beyond that further south.
Thank you, Mr. Beyer. Okay. Anything else on A? Even the discussion's sometimes confusing too, right? So, okay. All right, nothing. I will take a vote on it then. Okay, Megan.
Lampy. Berg, sorry. That was a combination of Berg and Blanky.
All right.
Nateki.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Can you maybe summarize again, like what we're like voting on as far as changing it to a two-way?
So the block from Main Street to
Yes.
Market by Hardee's, it's being fully reconstructed and will be wider. So it is, that's been one way years. So it's to change that block to being two-way.
No.
Blanky.
no.
Smith.
Aye.
Arnett.
Aye.
Haas. No. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
I have a tie.
Are we sure?
Don't I?
Yes, no, no, no.
So
Yep. Yeah. That's correct. It's 4-4.
I vote yes.
motion carried.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking of which way I'd vote on that one, so I didn't think that would be my first vote. Okay, that was A, correct? Yes. Okay. B, ordinance 2617, ordinance to create a portion of section 500-3, stop intersection, sponsored by Alder Davis from the Public Safety and Welfare Committee on its first reading. Mr. Lampy.
I would so move.
Okay, motion by Lampy.
Second.
Okay, second by Haas. Okay. Questions, comments on B, on 2617? Mr. Lampy.
This is a companion ordinance, if you will, to the one that we just passed, and it does provide a safety mechanism since we are going to change how that street works.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lampy. Mr. Blanky?
Although I was opposed, or still am opposed to the ordinance passing, if we do convert this, not doing this would be foolish. So I will be in favor of this.
Okay, anything else? Okay, Megan.
Lampy,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Nateki, Blanky,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Arnett,
Aye.
Hess, Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Next on the C, ordinance 26-18, ordinance to create a portion of chapter 500-9, F2 parking prohibited in specified places, high profile vehicle parking, sponsored by Alder Davis and the Public Safety and Welfare Committee, also on its first reading. It's on page 109. Mr. Lampy. Okay, keep it going, Mr. Lampy. It's 3 in a row.
I'll second.
Second by Blanky. Okay. Okay, questions, comments on ordinance 26-18?
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Berg?
Just to ask, what is high-profile vehicle parking? Maybe I should know that, but I'm not clear what that phrase implies.
Large vehicles like buses. I suppose semi-trucks or something. I think in this case it was buses that were, if I'm correct, Mr. Lampy, is it buses that usually park there? And yeah. You know,
Right. The intent of this ordinance, and there were a few other options that we had looked at here, essentially was to make sure that the buses that arrived at Washington Park essentially did not take up all of the space along the north side of the park while they kept their engines running. Most buses typically move down the next street and basically park behind essentially the edge of the field. This was basically to encourage some buses to keep going and just basically park down where buses usually park without having to put a lot of additional signage and pieces in.
okay. Mr. Blanky, go ahead.
And just to follow up on that, what Alder Lampy said, this is one of those, there was a handshake agreement with organizations in the past, but as with all handshake agreements, there's turnover and the handshake is no longer there because only one side of it's there. So this is just to put something in place for the residents of that area to make sure the buses are parking in an appropriate area.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, Megan.
Lampy,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Nateki, Blanky,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Arnett,
Aye.
Hess, Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to put, you want to go ahead and make that D, E, F, and G
Yes.
together?
Yes. The next four ordinances are all here from the licensing board. They all deal with a very similar topic. And there's been a request by the chairperson of public safety to have each of them referred back to public safety for consideration. So rather than doing these one by one and seeking not to cut off any discussion prior to the referral motion, what I'm suggesting is that we move proposed ordinances 26, 19, 20, 21, and 22 to the floor together, and then at an appropriate time, a referral motion can be made, but discussion could still be had. So anyway, if the chair would rule that appropriate, I would make a motion to bring each of these four to the floor together.
Okay, we got a motion, which I'm fine with, a motion by Smith to move all four, D, E, F, and G together at the same time.
Yes.
Second.
Second by Okay, motion by Smith, second by Arnett. Thank you. Does it read off all four? Yeah, okay. All right, next, D, ordinance 26-19, ordinance to amend section 220-3, classes of licenses and fees of the City of Watertown General Ordinances. Ordinance 2620, ordinance to amend section 220-9F, regulation of licensed premises and licenses of the City of Watertown General Ordinances. Ordinance 26-21, ordinance to repeal and recreate section 428-8, outdoor open container entertainment event permit of the City of Watertown General Ordinances relating to temporary downtown outdoor refreshment areas, TDORA. And G, ordinance 26-22, ordinance to amend section 410-52, possession of alcohol beverages on public ways of the City of Watertown General Ordinances. All four sponsored by myself and the licensing board on its first reading. Mr. Blanky.
I'll move approval for the 4 ordinances listed.
Okay, we got a motion by Blanky. I apologize. I think do we need a vote on all 4 going together, or are we going just doing that?
Point of order, they're all on the floor
at the same time.
Properly now for discussion.
So you can discuss.
All 4 at the same time?
You can discuss all 4 at the same time.
We got a motion by Blanky.
No, they're already on the floor. That's what.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Smith made a motion. Okay. Sorry, I'm used to seeing the motion after I read it. Okay. Mr. Lampy, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was seconding the motion as well, if that hadn't happened yet.
No, do we?
We don't need it.
So do we have to do it this 4 different times? I was just trying to keep the option of discussion open, and then I was going to make a collective referral motion to public safety. In other words, rather than doing them one by one. If there's not discussion, I can simplify this and make the referral motion now.
Well, I was hoping that, well, all 8 of you were in here to have any, before you make that motion, Mr. Smith, but if there's any questions or comments from anybody first?
I have a question specifically on a referral motion.
Okay.
Is that debatable?
Yes, the referral motion itself would be debatable. So perhaps the best thing now for me to do would be, I would like to refer each of these 4 proposed ordinances to the Public Safety and Welfare Committee to review.
So technically, we have a motion to approve right now by Blanky, seconded by Lampy. You should take a vote on that.
Okay.
Unless you
That's
want
what
to.
that's what I was, okay.
Referral motion takes precedent over that, so
Correct. So
my
then
motion would be in order for all 4.
it would, but you have made the motion, and then we have a second on the referral motion.
Yes, we have.
So all 4 together. Now we got a motion.
I'll withdraw my second on the approval.
And I will withdraw my approval motion.
Okay, so now we can discuss all 4.
We need a second on the referral, don't we?
We got a motion. We had a motion by Smith, second by Arnett, to bring all 4 forward at the same time. Do we need to vote on those 4?
No, you already did.
Mr. Mayor, you have a motion on the table, I'm sorry, on the floor right now for referral. That motion still lacks a second.
Correct.
Okay, motion by Smith,
I'll second it. I will.
second by Berg. Okay,
It is a debatable motion, and it is the precedential motion on the floor right now.
My only question, if I can, is to ask, it sounds like is there a time sensitivity to taking action, and by sending it back to committee, is that impacting on the plans of those that are wanting this kind of cooperation?
yeah, because we have a big event that's going to happen during Riverfest weekend, and that's going to be in about 6 weeks, so yeah, it is time sensitive.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, Mr. Blanky.
So as I understand the city code, well, I guess my question would be first, this is regarding licensing, correct? The Tidora is a form of license.
Yes.
And as I understand city code, licensing falls under the purview of licensing board, not public safety. It is specifically spelled out in our city code that the licensing board has oversight for ordinances on licenses.
And for clarification purposes, currently we have, it is called an open outdoor container entertainment event permit. The proposed changes are looking to eliminate that permit and replace it with the T-Dora. So that would be why licensing considered this, in addition to its purview over alcohol-related items, why it went to licensing initially.
Right. But as I understand, licensing would be the one who has the authority over this, not public safety. According to city code.
Yes, we do not have a code section that sets out the specific duties of the Public Safety Commission.
So
Right.
based on that, we're sending this to another committee for review that doesn't have the authority to review it under our code. So I think we're adding a layer of bureaucracy that doesn't need to be there by sending it to that committee.
Mr. Lampy.
I have two questions. One for the city attorney. Was this ordinance drafted to keep it as much in line with the provisions of, let's say, a special event permit as much as possible?
Yes, the special event is what controls when the T-Dora is in effect. It's not, many communities will talk about a permanent DORA. That's not what the proposal is. It is all run through and part of the special event process.
Okay. My second question actually is for Alder Smith. Can you share more of the communication that Alder Davis provided in terms of why she wanted it pulled back to public safety?
Well, I didn't get into it in detail, and certainly not in regard to each of these individually, but collectively, it was the chairperson's view that these should be reviewed by the council standing committee and would be received from the licensing board with their recommendation and then reviewed from the perspective of the broader standing committee's oversight. Seemed reasonable to me, so I am making that motion in her behalf.
Ms. Haas.
I have a question for the city attorney. So you said this would be replacing the other special events ordinance.
Not special event. We are leaving special event as is. It is a separate provision that allows for consumption of alcohol during your special event.
Okay.
It's long. It's called the Open Outdoor Container Entertainment Event Permit.
Okay, and so this proposed ordinance, would this one cover events outside of downtown?
No, it would not. It is only within the location set forth in that particular T-Dora.
So then those businesses would apply for a separate license if they wanted to do something similar? Businesses outside of this area?
I guess they would apply for a special event permit, and then they would have the opportunity to apply for the necessary liquor license for that event, if that makes sense.
Okay.
This is a little bit unique just because it is located within our downtown area.
Thank you.
Mr. Lampy.
I am torn on this one because, again, I do think there is a case to be made because public safety does look at the special event ordinance changes, and those do flow through the committee to look at those from time to time. On the other hand, I fully trust the city attorney's ability to align those ordinances and come up with a reasonable accommodation that has been looked at by the licensing committee, which ultimately is going to make a lot of decisions in terms of what can or cannot be done in specific instances. In general, you guys probably know that I'm a huge fan of this DORA proposal. It's every year that October comes up, or Oktoberfest comes up, I've been noting that that's a preview of what a DORA is going to look like and how it's going to function when we finally get to them. Our downtown planning documents have specific areas mapped out in terms of where DORAs would potentially have an effect and where they should be. And just in terms of being able to add vitality to the downtown, this is something that goes all the way back to, frankly, my wife's work when she was, Main Street director and trying to move things through. And we've had other council people, particularly from District 4 and whatnot, working on this for years. So this is a nice chance to be able to see what we can do downtown with an event that's hosted by a lot of our key contributors down there and essentially show that this is something safe.
I raise my hand. I had safety is July 1st, next meeting, so I already told Ms. Davis she can put that as an agenda topic, so whatever you guys do, you can still discuss it at safety. This is the first reading only, so whatever you want to do with this, your call. Anybody else have a question on the motion to send back to safety? Mr. Berg?
Yeah, my concern is that I think there's already a track record of accomplishment on the part of this event for the last 4 years or so, and it's done well. So, I think Alderperson Blanky's made good points about really who should have primary authority over what we're voting on here. And I understand with what you're telling me on July 1st that we're going to have public safety take a look, and that would be fine. I think they should take a look at it in the context of us hopefully approving this tonight. So I'd be opposed. Oh, I guess I could be in favor of going to public safety, but I'd like a first reading to occur tonight and be voted on.
Mr. Blanky?
Just one last point on precedent about this needing to go through one of the standing committees. We have items come out of our Park, Rec, and Forestry Committee, whether they be resolutions or ordinances, routinely. It's not unusual for one of the non-standing committees to forward an ordinance or resolution to council for approval.
Mr. Smith, go ahead.
That's been an issue of discussion over many, many years. And rather than just to get into that, I'm trying to answer Alderman Lampy's question, and relevant from the communication I had from Alderperson Davis is this has not come before public safety for review, referring to all four. The proposed code relies heavily on the special event code to activate the TDORA. There are serious public safety concerns which should be reviewed. I'm certainly not the expert on this, but seemed reasonable. I talked to the mayor. There was time before it became important for it to be on the books. My suspicion, although I'll wait to see what the final recommendation would be, is to support all of this. I just think that it is a reasonable request, and so I intend to support the referral back to public safety.
Anything else? We can take a vote on. Mr. Knight, go ahead.
I don't see a need to delay the process. I think we should proceed with the first reading. If the committee in the meantime wants to look at it and provide input to council prior to the second reading, they have the opportunity. But I think we should go ahead and proceed with the first reading.
Okay. Mr. Lampy, go ahead.
I just want to clarify procedurally, building on Alder Arnett's comment here, we would need to vote down
Yes.
the motion to refer
Yes.
and then put a second motion in place to approve.
Correct, yeah. Okay, anybody else, or is going to take a vote whether to send the safety or not first? Mr. Smith, go ahead.
My only point procedurally is if we do vote and pass the first reading of each of these, then it would not be possible to make a referral motion, and the status of each of these four would be that it would be pending a second reading at our next council meeting. So I don't think that a first reading, if there's any intent to allow public safety to review this, passing a first reading would foreclose that, at least a formal referral motion. So I'm not trying to make this more complicated or time consuming than need be. I just thought it would be a reasonable way to proceed and then fit within the timeliness of the needed ordinance. And although obviously if Alderperson Davis were here, she would be making a much better case for this than I am, but I'm trying to do it the best I can. So there's the referral motion.
Yeah.
Okay, if nothing else, we'll vote, and this is just whether to take the safety or not. If you turn it down, then we'll have a discussion about the ordinance itself.
Right.
Okay? I believe original motion was Smith, so.
Smith,
Aye.
Arnett,
No.
Haas,
No.
Moldenhauer, Lampy,
Aye.
Berg,
No.
Nateki, Blanky.
No.
Motion failed.
Okay. I was gonna read the vote again on that. Okay. So not taking the safety now, although I'll mention ago, those safety commission members, you've got July 1st. If there's anything you recommend the council after doing that, you can do it for the second reading for our first meeting in July, which is the 8th, I believe. Okay, so we got all four together, D, E, F, and G. On its first reading, does anybody have any questions, comments on the TDORA? Okay. Okay, Megan.
Smith,
Aye.
Arnett,
Aye.
Haas,
Aye.
Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Lampy,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Nateki,
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's it for ordinances. Okay, next round, resolutions. I have A Exhibit 9874, resolution to modify the 2026 Economic Development Budget, sponsored by myself and the Finance Committee. Mr. Smith.
Mr. Mayor, I would move for the adoption of Exhibit 9874.
Okay, we got a motion by Smith.
Second.
Second by Arnett. Okay, questions, comments on that? Mr. Berg, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, we had a discussion on this topic a little while back, and we ended up, I think, Alderperson Dina Davis actually brought up the fact that we had money in our economic development account fund that we could use to pay for the dollars that are being suggested here. I thought we had this addressed, at that time, and it's for a nominal amount of $8,000. There was no opposition to it back when we had the discussion. Is it just the formality of a resolution to make it official?
This is an additional one. So originally it increased the hours by a little bit more. So I found the need doing site visits. So chambers, I'm going to different places to visit, and I needed the employee a little bit more. So I didn't want to, knowing I'd be go over a budget, I wanted to be fair and make sure you knew that's probably the hours that this person would get the rest of the year.
But tell me again, then the dollars that are going to come out of this account to pay for impact on the fund balance, is it coming out of that economic development?
I gotta look, Mr. Berg. Stevens?
Yes, it is.
I mean, we can benefit by the more hours that she puts in. She's good at what she does, and I think we're all in favor of having our person with additional hours. So it's a a no-brainer. It's important, and I'm thankful that we are taking action.
Okay, Megan.
Smith,
Aye.
Arnett,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Moldenhauer,
Aye.
Lampy,
Aye.
Berg,
Aye.
Noteki,
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Exhibit 9875, resolution to support Hiawatha West Service Development Plan, Station Property Acquisition, and Federal Grant Funding, sponsored by myself and the Finance Committee. Mr. Lampy. Motion by Lampy, second by Berg. Okay. Okay, questions, comments? Mr. Berg, go ahead.
Our plan commission had the same type of endorsement of moving forward with this Hiawatha West type of passenger rail in Watertown. We were unanimous at the plan commission, and I know there was some discussion at finance. There are some things that still need to be answered on the area of funding, but our potential contribution of 20% is nominal and affordable. It helps create another option for transportation, and it does provide a service that people want. We'll find out how popular it becomes if it hopefully comes to Watertown, but we should be on the side of supporting things that give more options for people and makes our town more diverse in the areas of transportation. And this is a win-win for Watertown. I'm thankful that finance did approve it, and I hope our council does.
Okay. Mr. Blanky.
So we had a similar proposal come before us a little over a decade ago. Pick and save site, now it's a secure storage. And one of the questions that federal DOT, state DOT, no one was able to answer is what is the city's obligation to ongoing maintenance costs, and what is the estimate of those costs for this station, if any?
So I got some contact from Amtrak here. So the approximate cost, so the parking structure is no official minimum requirement aside from 2 ADA spaces and design that accommodates traffic. It's estimated about $415,000. The cost on local, but there's a grant we applied for that the federal government would match 80% of it. So the 20% same match is $83,000, which is the amount I gave at finance last Monday.
Those are the construction costs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who's responsible for the ongoing maintenance and those costs. Is it the city or is it the federal government?
Undetermined, and this process does not hold us to any money. If we do not get the federal grant money or total cost of the project, it's $273 million. A state match is $54.6 million, which is the amount in question going in the state biannual budget. So this letter of support just they were interested. If it costs too much, the grants don't come through. It could be stopped at mass in about 14 months or so. So we're not held to any amount of money. This is just a letter telling Amtrak that we're interested. There's no contract. There's no money. We're not investing any money other than maybe the stamp we have to spend.
Okay.
So there's nothing to do with money here whatsoever. If it does not work, then we don't go through with it.
Okay.
And if the federal grant doesn't happen, I probably am not going to pursue it. So there's nothing with money, there's no signed contract, there's nothing. I gave a lot of support with other mayors last year. Let's just tell Amtrak we're interested, if all this comes through, that we, as a council, we say we're okay with it.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification on this not being binding. Because that was my concern a little over a decade ago when I sat in that seat that Mr. Moldenhauer occupies now. I voted against it then because I could not get an answer to that question. And I will support this, saying, yes, we're interested. But if we cannot get an answer on annual maintenance costs, who's responsible for them, and some kind of estimate on what it will be, I cannot support the end project. So at this time, I'm in favor, but without those answers, I cannot be.
So I got an answer here. Remember, there's no contract for any money whatsoever. So the city would only be responsible for the ongoing maintenance of the parking lot, not the platform. If we don't get this federal grant, we would have to wait for next grant opportunity and apply again. That'll be the following year. There's no city expenditures or obligations until after there's a grant buy for construction. So there's no obligation to the city whatsoever.
Okay.
So answer your question, it looks like though we would have to reseal the parking lot or.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lampy first.
One of the things that we should kind of put into our view if we're looking at ongoing station maintenance is Amtrak does have a capital improvement fund called the station's asset line. That gets looks like it's about $265 million as of a few years ago. I imagine that's a little bit larger. That covers things like station capacity, any of the ADA platform rehab, which obviously shouldn't be a problem with a brand new station. But it also covers things like re-roofing and repair at station facilities, HVAC, signage and branding, landscaping, doors and locks, furniture upgrade, flooring upgrades, painting, restrooms, ticket counter upgrades. It's got a variety of different categories within that capital piece here. Now, that money is spread across currently 525 stations that are designated by Amtrak across the United States, but it's also not zero. So there is at least a well-established federal pile of money for ongoing maintenance of the stations that make it the Amtrak network.
Ms. Haas, go ahead.
I'm just curious, do we know how many people in town actually commute or would want to commute, to work or wherever on Amtrak? I mean, I guess I'm just trying to get a fuller picture of exactly how this is going to benefit, aside from, people maybe taking a trip to Madison or Milwaukee or whatever. I'm just trying to get a fuller picture, understanding of the need for it and the need for, spending whatever the amount's going to end up being.
Yeah, Amtrak does studies. That's something I can ask. There again, this is not binding for anything, and I would want some kind of contract to make sure they're going to be here for a while, so I don't want a station to be there and 18 months later it's put away, so that would have to be in a contract too, like a certain amount of years. But there again, this isn't, if there's a question with contract money spent, that's going to come before you again.
Amtrak also did a public meeting about a month and a half ago.
It was in April, I believe.
April. Don't quote me. April 14th, I believe. They threw out a whole bunch of studies and numbers, and that's all contained in that information. We can try and get you a recording of that if you're interested.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Berg.
Yeah, I think Alderperson Blanky and Alderperson Haas's questions are excellent, and they are the kind of things that we do want to get answers for. But we don't even own the land yet. We can't buy the land until we have the grant approved. And during that time, I think that's the kind of things that our mayor and other city officials can spend time to get more information on to give us better clarity to some of the concerns we have. But the possibility of this having benefit and providing another asset for our city, we don't want to be on the side of saying no quickly. Let's allow it to move forward and let's evaluate it more fully as we get more information on it.
On Mr. Arnett.
So, from my perspective, freight rail continues to play a vital and important part of our national economy. But from everything that I've seen, passenger rail continues to be a money loser for the taxpayers of this country. Even in its best used locations, which are the East Coast and the New York, Philadelphia, DC corridor, it's a money loser. I just think our time and energy is best spent elsewhere.
Okay. Anybody else? You good, Mr. Smith? We'll take a roll. Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yep.
be abstaining.
Yep. I lost my sheet here. Yeah, I'm blanky, I believe, right?
Lampy.
Might okay. Thank you.
Lampy. Aye. Berg.
Aye.
Nateki.
Aye.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith.
Abstain.
Arnett.
No.
Haas.
No.
Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. All right. D, convene closed sessions per statute 19.85 to deliberate or negotiate the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Intergovernmental agreement with Jefferson County Economic Development Consortium. Mr. Lampy.
I would so move.
All right, motion by Lampy,
Second.
second by Haas. Okay.
Lampy.
Aye.
Berg.
Aye.
Nateki.
No.
Blanky.
Aye.
Smith. Arnett.
Aye.
Haas. Moldenhauer.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you. For closed session 8:23.